Hello, my hairdressers and hair junkies. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about hair loss. Okay, so I know I sounded a little overexcited, and yeah, hair loss is very serious. It's actually something that I struggled with twice. I had 2 bad bouts of hair loss, and I was freaking out when it happened. Now, the good news is, depending on the type of hair loss, it may be treatable and reversible. Certain types of hair loss, we call them alopecia. That's actually the term for it. They can be corrected with certain products and lifestyle changes. So if you have telogen effluven, and I'm probably pronouncing the last part wrong, Latin's not my strong suit, but that one is what I had. It's a stress-induced hair loss after a traumatic experience. And what I had went through is the first time that I had a lot of hair loss that was noticeable, I ended up losing a friend, and I lost my best friend Katie and her mom. And it was a horrible accident, and just the stress of that alone, going through the entire summer. This was the really first major loss I've had of a friend. I've lost family before, but this was even worse because I've never had a friend die so young. And as a result, I remember being in the shower and I would just see clumps coming out in clumps, and the drain, it kept getting clogged. At one point, I had to change the drain 6 times in one shower, and I thought I was going bald. I had a giant strip right through here that was thinning, and all of it has grown back since. And when I had it, it was here, and a little bit of the sides were thinning, and I just had a lot of breakage from the stress. That is one type of alopecia. There is alopecia totalis, where all the hair on the head falls out. It's usually an autoimmune disorder. The body attacks itself. And alopecia universalis, where everything falls off. Hair, body, eyebrows, eyelashes, everything. Hair loss can also be caused by bad diet, illness, medications such as antibiotics, chemotherapy, certain drugs, legal and non-legal, play a role, lifestyle choices, and even certain medications, if it's a side effect that's not known, can trigger hair loss. So there's a lot of things that can cause it. Age can play a role in it too, as well as hormones. Obviously, men tend to go bald, and it's more socially acceptable. For females, it's a lot more traumatic. However, there are studies showing that men can experience hair loss negativity the same way a female would. So that's just kind of bridging that gender gap right there. So anyhow, when I dealt with hair loss the first time, now I have some products here. I don't have the other box. I just realized I had this laying around, and I'm like, oh, I can talk about it. The first time I dealt with hair loss, I didn't know what to do, and I ended up using a product that is no longer on the market, but I liked it a lot, and it was Redken Intraforce. So Redken Intraforce was a series of treatments. You would have your shampoo, and they called the conditioner a toner. They had one for color-treated hair and one for normal hair. I used color-treated, and they had a mousse, which I would use to style and make my hair wavy. They had a scalp exfoliator, which I would do myself. I'd put it in on lines and I'd massage the scalp. And they had serums, where it was beautifully designed packaging. They actually made high quality products when they did this. Little glass vials, and you would dose the treatment on to where you had the most hair loss. So if it was at the crown, you can do it there. I did mine all over, and I'd massage it, and you would feel this most amazing cooling sensation. And it had like menthol in there and arginine and some kind of other amino acids, but it was very gentle on the hair. I didn't have any additional breakage. I did not have any color fadage. I actually noticed that my hair was getting thicker. It felt plumper, and the shedding stopped a lot. So once I was able to eat healthier, because when I get stressed out, I tend not to eat that much. I kind of like turn it inward, and I become very depressed. And that's how I dealt with grief, which was super unhealthy. But this product really did save my hair, because I noticed that my ponytail that was this thick was now that thin. And it was just really traumatic. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to go bald. I'm really worried about this. What am I going to do? Hair color, by the way, does not cause baldness. There is no proof of that. So what I found to be most effective was Redken Intraforce, while taking a biotin and eating a healthier diet that was plant-based. That did good for me. That may not work for everyone, and I'm not guaranteeing that, but it worked. Now, the next time that I dealt with, and it was a minor bout of hair loss, I was just really worried. I had Lyme disease, and when I took the antibiotics, I had noticed I had more shedding after the antibiotic was detoxing from my system. So I tried the next Redken product, which was Ceraphil, and I personally did not like it. I found that it was too harsh on my hair. My hair felt very matted, very dry after. I had a lot of breakage from it. I had knots. At one point, my hair kind of like matted all up like this, and I had to spend all this time with a comb getting it all out. I tried the one for color treated hair or fine hair, and then I tried the one for advanced thinning, and I did not like any of them. and I did samples. So then what I did is I tried the scalp serum, and the scalp serum I liked. It was like minoxidil. It's the same stuff you get over the counter, so it's just under a different brand in the Redken name, and that's why it was hiked up. So I'm gonna get on the last product I tried, and this was my second bout of hair loss, which you might tell in some of my other videos where my hair was a little bit more frizzed. I had a friend, Jason, who was the most amazing friend anyone can ask for. He was always there for you. And basically he had a heart condition, so he was always in and out of the hospital towards like May, June, July, and that was stressful. And then when he died unexpectedly, I had lost my dog a few weeks before, and then I lost a family member, and a second friend had passed on that I didn't know until later. But all the stress of those events combined into one, I was internalizing the stress, so I was actually overeating, and I realized that, oh, my hair is starting to feel a little like it was thinning, and I was shocked. And I did research, and I finally found out that it might be the telogen effluvum, the stress hair loss. And I remember, because I used to work at Salon Centric, we had a whole wall of hair loss, and I remember Nioxin being one of our best sellers. So Nioxin has a total of 6 systems. 1 to 2 is for natural hair, 3 to 4 is for colored hair, 5 to 6 is for chemically treated hair. And what this does is it balances the moisture. So for systems 5 to 6, for light thinning and progressed thinning on chemically treated hair, bleached, permed, and extreme colored, it has more moisture and it still has the healing ingredient in here. So you have the cleanser shampoo, the scalp therapy conditioner, and the scalp hair treatment. And they look like this. You have your shampoo, your conditioner, and your treatment, which comes in a foamer and it foams. And what you do is you shampoo your hair like you normally would, shampoo it up, lather it up, rinse, put the conditioner on. And I love the conditioner because it feels so cooling, but it's very light, so it's not sticky. It doesn't cake on the scalp like other conditioners do. It was easy to spread through, and my hair felt very soft after. And then after that, you'll towel blot your hair, and for the foam, you just dispense it, and you put it all throughout your hair, give yourself a nice massage. What I also learned from watching a YouTube video was going down and doing the inversion method, where you massage for 5 minutes, tilting down, because blood flow will help the hair grow even faster because you're nourishing the hair. Hair is blood fed. That is why when our diet is bad or we're taking certain drugs, the blood that is either malnourished or has the drug will go here, and it doesn't help the hair grow. And that's what leads to the hair loss. So I like this product, Nioxin. However, I got the wrong one. I should have gotten number 6 for chemically treated hair because I did have some pieces that were balayaged, and it didn't ruin my hair. I just noticed I had some more color fadage, and that I'd have to do a deep conditioner here and there. So for hair loss, there is many things we can do, but I always recommend please, please, please go to your trichologist, your dermatologist, your doctor, see if you can get a scalp treatment. There are so many different types of hair loss, and some may not be treated, but they could be managed. And there's only 2 real drugs that are indicated for hair loss, and that is minoxidil, which is in this product, and finasteride, which is Propecia, and that is not safe for pregnant women to take Propecia, as apparently it can cause like death to the fetus or birth defects. So do your research, make sure you're getting science-based stuff. If something has biotin in it, it may work a little bit, but it's not gonna work as good as you taking the actual vitamin. So take your biotin, eat a healthy diet, try to de-stress, yoga, meditation. That's what helped me deal with my hair loss. And my hair is all recovered, is back to normal, and I'm hoping it stays that way. And that is one thing I hope that in the future scientists come up with a cure for baldness, because baldness is something that's gonna affect my generation and the millennial generation to come, because I notice a lot of people my generation, the millennials, we're coloring our hair, we care about how we look, we're more invested in good hair care, good skin care, and to see our skin or hair go bad, that's gonna be a trauma. So hopefully in the future something will come up. Let me know down below if you guys have tried Redken Intraforce, Redken Ceraphil, or Nioxin, and which one you liked or didn't like. I personally loved Redken Intraforce, and I really wish I would have kept the formula and revamped it. It's one of my biggest things that I'm actually resentful with Redken, because Ceraphil did not really meet the same expectations that Intraforce did. Intraforce was safer for bleached and colored hair. It felt a lot better. It was more nourishing. Ceraphil is very harsh, and I noticed a lot of color fadage with it. The only thing I do recommend Ceraphil for is if your client is not coloring. It's really good for that. Or I actually kept some at my own personal little shop that I have, makeshift hair shop, because if I have really tough to remove hair color, it takes it right out after I use a color remover. and it stimulates the scalp. So I also want to hear if you guys have any natural remedies for hair loss. Post them down below because I'm all about that and I'm willing to try anything or recommend anything when all else fails. So I'll see you guys soon, and if you guys have any questions regarding hair loss or hair growth, let me know down below.